Hi students, all of you. How are you doing? And today we'll be discussing the last topic of epithelial tissues, that's called as glandular epithelium under lecture 7. The current topic is glandular epithelium. What is glandular? Glandular means which contains the glands. Contains the glands. Has the glands, that's called as glandular. The epithelial tissue which is modified, which has become specialized, that's called as glandular epithelium. The epithelial tissue which has become specialized for the secretions is called as glandular epithelium. What are the epithelial tissues which has become modified? One is the columnar epithelial cells, number one. Columnar epithelial cells. Number two is cuboidal epithelial cells. Cuboidal epithelial cells. Some of the columnar epithelial cells, some of the cuboidal epithelial cells, these have become modified. What is the meaning of modified? They have become specialized or changed. Some of the columnar epithelial cells and some of the cuboidal epithelial cells, they have become modified or changed for the secretions, And this is called as a glandular epithelium. This is called as a glandular epithelium. We'll be discussing the glandular epithelium. Now, different types of glandular epithelium are there. Different types are there. Let's classify the glandular epithelium. Under first categorization, basing on the number of cells. Basing on the number of cells. How many cells are there? That is the first categorization. Basing on the number of cells, the glandular epithelium is divided into two types. One is called as a unicellular glands. Unicellular glands. Okay, students. One is called as a unicellular glands. Next one is called as multicellular glands. Multicellular glands. So basing on the number of cells, the glandular epithelium is divided into unicellular glands and multicellular glands. What is uni? Uni means single. And multi means many. So as the name indicates, this is only one gland. For example, these are the different epithelial cells. These are the different epithelial cells. Here is the goblet cell is there. In the previous sessions we had discussed, isn't it? The goblet cell is interspaced among the epithelial cells. So this is a goblet cell. Goblet cell, which is only one cell is there. See here, this is only one cell. Only one cell is there. That's called as goblet cell. And this is a very good example of the unicellular glands. What is uni? Uni means in single. And here, these are the different epithelial cells. Spread among the different epithelial cells, there is a goblet cell is there. That is a very good example of the unicellular glands. This goblet cell secretes the mucus. So this is called as the mucus secreting goblet cell, a very good example of the unicellular glands. Next one is the multicellular glands. What is multi? Many are there. Many means here a clusters of cells are there here like this. A clusters of cells are there. You take many clusters are there here. A group are there here. Here only a single is there. See here, only one is there. But here many groups are there. That is called as a clusters. Clusters of cells are there. Clusters means groups of cells are there. That is many cells are there. And that is called as a multicellular glands. Multicellular glands. Now examples of the multicellular glands. Examples. What are the examples? One is the pancreas. Intestinal glands, salivary glands, many are there, salivary glands. All these are the groups of cells are there. Salivary glands, sweat glands, pancreas, all these are the groups of cells present in the clusters, and that is called as an example of the multicellular glands. Multi means many are there, many groups of cells are there here like this, many groups of cells are there. This is called as a clusters or groups of cells. That is called as a multicellular glands. Examples: pancreas, salivary glands, sweat glands, etc. are the examples. So basing on the number of cells, unicellular glands and multicellular glands. Okay, that is the first categorization of the glandular epithelium. Now we will be discussing the second categorization. Okay, students, the second categorization of glandular epithelium. The second category, first one is basing on the number of cells. Now basing on manner of secretion, manner or mode of secretion. Basing on manner or mode of secretion, different types are there. The first one is called as endocrine. Endocrine. The second one is called as exocrine. And the third one is called as heterocrine. First one is the endocrine, exocrine, heterocrine. Three types of glandular epithelium are there basing on the manner or mode of secretion. So first of all, what is endocrine? Endocrine, let's exemplify. Thyroid glands, pituitary glands, pineal glands, many are there which are the endocrine glands in the human body. Endocrine glands, they secrete the hormones, chemical messengers called as hormones. Example, this is let's assume that this is an endocrine gland. This is a endocrine gland. Okay, this is a very good example. Here, endocrine gland, this secretes the hormones. This is an endocrine gland, directly secretes. And here is the blood. What is this one? Blood. This is the endocrine gland. This is the blood. The hormones are directly poured here. There is no duct. There is no duct. Here, the hormones which are secreted directly into the blood. And from the blood, hormones are reaching to the target organs. Target organs. That is, what is a target organ on which the hormone is yet to be acted upon? That is called as a target organ. So endocrine glands does not have the ducts. Ducts are absent here. That is why endocrine glands are called as the ductless glands. Ductless glands. Ducts are absent. So that is a manner of secretion in the case of endocrine glands. Next one is the exocrine. Here the story is totally different. Here, opposite here. Endocrine, opposite is exocrine. In the exocrine, let's take an example of exocrine. Sebaceous glands, for example. Sebaceous glands. Okay, sweat glands. Salivary glands. See here, triple S. Yes, yes, yes. In this way you can remember. Exocrine, sebaceous, salivary, sweat glands. Here, another story is totally different story here. This is a typical, for example, exocrine gland. This is an exocrine, this is an endocrine gland, isn't it? But here, there is no duct. The hormones are directly released into the blood. And through the blood, the hormones are reaching the target organs here. Whereas here, in the case of exocrine glands, this consists of a duct. Here, a small tube-like structure is there. a small tube-like structure is there. This is called as the duct. This is a duct. So through these ducts, the secretions are released in the blood. See here. In this way, the ducts are present, whereas ducts are absent in the case of the endocrine glands. That's why endocrine glands are called as the ductless glands. Next example is a heterocrine gland. This is a mixed gland. See here. This is neither purely endocrine nor purely exocrine. It is a combination of exocrine and endocrine parts. That's why it's called as a heterocrine. Hetero means different. So this one is called as a mixed gland. Mixed gland, also called as a composite gland. Composite gland. Why mixed gland? Because it is both exocrine and also endocrine. Very good example is pancreas. Pancreas is an example of heterocrine gland. You know this pancreas. Pancreas is a combination of outer part. Example, this is a pancreas. So much, all of you. This is a pancreas. It consists of outer part. Outer part is exocrine, whereas inner part is endocrine. Pancreas, I told you in the previous session, where is it located? Near the duodenum, isn't it? Exocrine means outside. Here, exocrine part. This is the exocrine part. This one is the exocrine part, and inner one. This one is the endocrine part. This is the pancreas, for example. Okay, I'm not drawing total pancreas for the sake of understanding. I'm just drawing here a hypothetical diagram. So this is pancreas is a mixed gland because it contains both exocrine part and also the endocrine part. And such a gland is called as heterocrine or mixed or composite gland. So basing on the manner or mode of secretion, endocrine, exocrine, heterocrine, three are there. Now the third categorization, let's discuss now. The first one is number of cells, unicellular glands and multicellular glands. The second one is basing on the mode or manner of secretion, endocrine, exocrine and heterocrine. Now the third aspect, let's discuss now. Now the third categorization of glandular epithelium is nature. What is the nature of secretions? What is the nature of secretions? Basing on the nature of secretions, three types are there. How many types are there? Three types are there. What is that? Let's discuss now. First of all, holocrine. Holocrine. Here holo means complete. Holo means complete. Holoblastic we say, isn't it? Holozoic, holoblastic, anything. Holo means complete. Here during the secretion, example is holocrine gland, example sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands, also called as oil glands, which secrete the sebum or oil on the skin, isn't it? Which keeps the skin surface moist, greasy. Okay, the skin is not allowed to dry. Why? Because the sebaceous glands are activated, isn't it? And they secrete the sebum or oil. During the secretion, example, this is a holocrine gland. So this is a holocrine gland. These are the secretions. During the secretion of holocrine gland, the complete cell is disintegrated. Note on this point, complete cell is lost, that is disintegrated during the secretion of sebum or oil, the cells present in the sebaceous gland, the cell, complete cell is disintegrated or lost during the secretion of the sebaceous sebum or oil. That is why it's called as a holocrine. Why holocrine? Holo means complete. Why complete? Because during the secretion of the sebum or oil, the total cell is disintegrated or lost. That is why it's called as a holocrine glands. Clear, students? Very simple, isn't it? The second aspect now, let's discuss. Apocrine. What is that? Apocrine glands. Apo means apical part. All of you know it down. Apical means topmost part, upper part. Topmost part or upper part is called as apical part. For example, this is the apical part. This cap is the apical part. Okay. So this during the secretion, I will explain with examples. Example is mammary glands. Mammary glands secretes the milk. Okay, during the secretion here, now during the secretion of milk, this is the mammary gland. So this is a mammary gland. During the secretion of mammary gland, this apical part is cut off. Like this, for example, this is a mammary gland. Okay, this apical part is cut off like this. Okay, during the secretion, the apical part is cut off here like this. So this is cut off like this. So there is no such part here because this is cut off now. This is cut off and it is lost here. It is lost like this. Because it is cut off, it is lost. During the secretion of milk, the mammary glands, some part of the cell, which part of the cell? Apical part of the cell is cut off. The apical part of the cell is cut off like this, pinched off like this here, bud off like this for the secretion of the milk, and that is why it's called as a apocrine gland. Why apocrine? Because the apical part is cut off. Apical part is pinched off here during the secretion of the milk. Here in the case of holocrine, the complete cell is disintegrated. Holo means complete. Example, sebaceous glands, they secrete the sebum or oil, during the secretion of which the complete cell is lost for the secretion of the sebum or oil. Whereas in the case of apocrine gland, only the apical part is pinched off, cut off. Okay, example is mammary glands, which is during the secretion of the milk. The third aspect here is, let's discuss. The third aspect is merocrine glands. Merocrine glands, also called as acrine glands. Acrine glands. Now you might have got the idea, isn't it? No part of the cell is lost here. For example, this is a pancreas. Pancreas. Here, merocrine gland or acrine gland means no part of the cell is lost. No part of the cell is lost or disintegrated. Example, pancreas. Example, pancreas. During the secretion of pancreatic juice, no part of the cell is lost or disintegrated. Complete cell is remaining as it is. No part of the cell is disintegrated. No part of the cell is lost during the secretion of the pancreatic juice by the pancreas, for example. And that's called as a merocrine or acrine. A means without. A means without. Because no part of the cell is lost. That's why it's called as acrine. Okay. Examples are pancreas, intestinal glands. Other example is intestinal glands. intestinal glands, mucous glands, goblet cells, etc. are the examples of the merocrine glands. By pancreas, intestinal glands, mucous glands, goblet cells, sweat glands, salivary glands, all these are the examples of the merocrine gland, during the secretion of which various respective secretions, no part of the cell is lost. That's why it's called as merocrine or acrine. Whereas in the apocrine, only the apical part, topmost part, is lost. For example, during the secretion of milk, the mammary gland cell loses the apical part here like this. Apical part like this here. Whereas in the case of holocrine, holo means complete. Complete cell is disintegrated. Total cell is lost. Example, sebaceous glands or oil glands. The cell sebaceous glands contains the different cells. During the secretion of sebum, the total cell is disintegrated. Total cell is disintegrated. That's called as the holocrine glands here. Holo means complete. So this is a completion of epithelial tissues, and in the next session I'll be coming with the connective tissues. Stay blessed all of you. Bye students, all of you.